Bill DeFoi, and welcome to In the Community. And we're visiting right now with Laura Gallardo. And Laura, it's good to have you with us.
Oh, it's good to be here, Bill. Today we've got a beautiful day in our Oxnard area, and we're blessed with the best weather year round, aren't we?
Oh, we are indeed. Now, you're running for the position of Harbor Commissioner here in the city of Oxnard.
Yes, I am. The Harbor District includes the city of Port Hueneme and Oxnard, and the Harbor District is actually the port commission that oversees the port operations, the large shipping companies that are clients here, and also we have a fertilizer company that's housed at the port. Little is known that the fertilizer company has a real important impact on our port. The port is responsible for $244 million in tax revenue that comes to our county.
Well, that's an amazing amount. I know that nothing, like perhaps the Port of Long Beach, but for our area, that's quite a significant amount of money.
Yes, it is. Port Hueneme is the premier niche port on the West Coast. I'll call it a niche port because our specialization is the tropical fruits, pineapples, citrus fruits, and bananas. But also we have the commercial end, including the automobiles that come in, the luxury automobiles from the BMWs, the Cadillacs, large Lincolns, and also we have like the Hyundais and the smaller vehicles, the Toyotas we handle. High productivity in this port. We have workers that are very safe, very high safety factor here, minimum of injuries or accidents, and so we're entrusted with that.
Well, that's very good. Now, you have made a conscious decision to run for the commissioner on the port board. Tell us what prompted you to put your head into the ring, as it were.
Well, what prompted me is I'm a retired educator, and this is a good time in my life, a good fit. I have always been a community activist and realized that we really do have to have impact and input. I think the voters would appreciate having more community outreach and voter participation in what happens at the port, to know what the commission is all about, what they do, and what they're responsible for. Many decisions that come down for the direct and indirect jobs. Most people don't know, but there's about 1,600 jobs that is impacted by our port work, both indirect and indirect.
So it really adds to the economy right here in Ventura County.
Yes, it does. It's one of the largest employers in Ventura County, and I would like to see also that the port start more active outreach with our schools, letting the young students know what type of career path and study path that they need to have. There are jobs of the future here. There's jobs in marine technology, there's jobs in the shipping industry that would include skilled labor, mechanized skilled labor, also the harbor security, and you also have the warehousemen that staff the warehouses where we store all of the different autos and the different materials that come in through the port. So it also jobs have high benefits, and it's something that you can raise your family on. And
Well, spoken like a true educator.
thank you.
What would some of the changes you would like to see on the commission moving forward if you were to be elected commissioner?
If I were to be elected commissioner, I think I would draw from some of my life experiences and careers. I was a foreign exchange trader in the 70s and 80s, one of a few women up in San Francisco. And it taught me a lot about international banking and the deals that are struck, multi-million-dollar deals on a minute basis and an hourly basis, and how you have to be very sharp on the negotiating skills and be able to shift as the tide flows and be able to be with the big dogs. And those are the companies and corporations out there, the shipping companies that you want to attract into the port. I could see us doing and stepping up into a different level, a higher level of attracting more shipping companies coming to the port. Now that they are going to do the deep channeling, another 4 to 5 feet, we will get some larger ships. We are now presently getting some mini mega ships, they call them. Those are auto ships that instead of having one lane, they have 3 lanes. So you step up incrementally the production level.
Well, that would be very good. Now, I'm going to ask for the next couple of moments for you to look right into our camera and encourage people that are voting in this November's election to put their little checkbox next to your name.
Well, I would encourage everyone, first of all, to get your family and friends to come out on Tuesday, November the 8th and vote. It is a very crucial election year, this 2016. For me, I think to vote for me, you would also gain community activists, someone also that has a varied background in business. I also was a labor negotiator and a labor organizer. So I am very pro-labor. I will admit that. I'm a pro-labor candidate, and the workers sometimes have the best ideas. Why not have them be also advisory to the port? Not only the port workers, but those out in the community that are impacted by the port work.
So you'd get a broad coalition of people that would have some input.
Yes, and I think too that the Chamber of Commerce would probably appreciate being included in that triangle that's so important for as we fit into the future of what our port is going to look like in the next 10, 20 years. We're looking at some very high-tech things that could happen. And I want to say, too, that part of that is not only green energy, but my idea is to eventually have the port run on zero emissions so that we don't have this public health factor with the nitrous oxide and the diesel particulates get spewed from typically the large ships and the trucks. Now they have a plug-in that they do to the electric grid, but I don't think that that's taking it far enough. We can run our companies on zero emissions. It's going to be possible. There is a pilot program on the Port of LA that is Pasha Corporation and Pasha Shipping has partnered with the government and also with the port to provide such a testing ground for that theory.
All right. So finally, I want to find out if you have a website, maybe some contact information that people can look you up on the web or perhaps call and find out more about who you are and what you're about in this year's election.
Certainly, Bill. They can look up on my Facebook page, which is Laura Gallardo for Harbor Commissioner, Oxnard Harbor District, 2016. My FPPC is 1338547. That's the state FPPC, and they can look up, what we're doing and also how we're approaching and doing the precinct work, going door to door. I think that that's the most impactful, the personal contact with the voters. You really get a feel what the voters are thinking, what important issues impact their lives, and what, as a potential candidate and a potential politician, that you need to listen to, and you need to do that on a regular basis. I also would encourage the Port Commission to reach out to the neighboring cities of Port Hueneme and Oxnard and form an advisory panel to go between both the commission and the councils, and to have a friendly relationship. That needs to be solidified. No more lawsuits that are costly and not really productive. I think that by stepping out of the commission boardroom to the respective city councils, we can really make a good partnership. The three elements: the Port Commission, Oxnard City Council, and the Port Hueneme City Council.
Wonderful. Laura Gallardo, thank you so much. I'm Bill DeFoi, and you've been watching In the Community, a production of the Heritage Media Group.